What's going on? Terry Tyler here. We are going over the 18 business tips, goals from the Mississippi Bureau of, businesses. So, check this stuff out. I hope you enjoyed the first video. If you didn't get that one, check it out. Let's start with number 1. Begin with the end in mind. A couple of items to note as you get started. Stephen Covey, in his best-selling self-help book titled 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, suggests a concept he calls begin with the end in mind. This is an important idea for someone considering starting a new business, i.e., know what you want out of the business before you get into it. Whether or not you are simply creating a job for yourself and that job can be a sufficient motivator, the need for a job is not necessarily compelling as a reason to start the business. The entrepreneur may make an attempt to make a profit by taking a risk running the business, but they have to have a need to achieve. Typically, these individuals are willing to take small calculated risks. They're confident. They're self-motivated. They're self-disciplined. They have the strong desire to satisfy the customer. And they're willing, again, to take that calculated risk. But I'm going to throw in a few bones here. I don't dig that violent shit. You need to stomp all that out. If you're going to come in with the violence, you get what you try. You place that order. When you place that order, come back. But a lot of it, like I said, people talk shit. They're figuring all that out. So a lot of it's boo heifer. A lot of it's war jargon. A lot of it's horse shit. But we don't know. The SBA, or Small Business Administration, has a lot of resources down there at sba.gov. Has a small clients base at clients.mssbdc.org. Again, that's clients.mssbdc.org. And if you go under the resources tab there, you're going to want to go ahead and click the links. See some of the links that they have available. And if you're out there on the SBA, check out the fucking videos, man. I'll coach you through some things. I don't want to hurt you, but like I said, we're working with number 1, beginning with the end in mind. Let's finish this up. You're going to want to go ahead and take your small business readiness assessment. Small business readiness assessment. Okay? And when you get through doing that, you had better be prepared to draft up a resume and describe yourself in terms of health and stamina. So what we're going to do is I like to leave a loophole open every now and then. I feel like all that stomp the little man out. Oh, he's trying to con somebody. I mean, he's trying to survive. She's trying to survive. She's just doing the best she can with what she's got. He's just doing the best he can with what he's got. You dig? So, I know personally I'm getting pretty close to death. I reached the precipice of my life. And on June 1st, 2019, I made a commitment to spend the next 30 years of my life. If I make 30 years, I'd trade 30 for 30. The evil stuff, the bad things that I've done, never going to do them again. Number one, never going to do them again. And number two, I have to help out and help fix these problems. So, with that said, we're going to move on to number two. Identify and surround yourself with people that can help you with your business. One, you might go look for a mentor. Someone perhaps who is already doing or has done what you want to do and whom you want to learn much. Read what they read, join associations they join, attend meetings they attend, etc. Now here's the thing about mentors. Sometimes they'll lock you up. Sometimes they'll rig you up. Sometimes they'll fuck you up. Sometimes they'll rape you. Sometimes they'll suck your brain. They'll take your ideas. They'll throw you in the trash. I'm just getting real with you. When you're going to somebody who's got money and you're like, hey man, what's going on? They might just look at you like you're looking at me, like, who the fuck is this lowlife? Look at this scumbag. His fucked up teeth. His crooked fucking teeth. That guy right there, he looks like a fucking mulatto right there, boy. That's a scumbag. That's a WNG. Right there. But we'll go on, to number two. You're going to need a business coach or a counselor. And by the way, I offer coaching. I offer coaching for a fee. I can guide you through this. I have about 8 years experience really studying this. I've got a lot more experience back there through that. I'm 31 years old. So I've got a little bit more skin in the game, per se. I've been kind of run through the grinder, one might say. And you're going to need someone with experience starting a business. Family members, people of entrepreneurs, somebody you know in the circle. Statistics show these people that get a coach or counselor, they are much more likely to succeed in their own business by hiring a good consultant or a good coach, counselor. So if you really want to work with me, you can go ahead and check out www.midsouthmedia.net. And you go on there, and there's a couple of packages. I've got some lowball packages. You can go pick out those packages and call me. We can make a business deal. Okay. So C, excuse me, you're going to need a good accountant. Look for a certified public accountant that specializes in small businesses like yours. Talk to other business owners for recommendations. Before signing with an accountant, meet with him or her to assess compatibility and accessibility. Many accountants offer a free initial consultation. Ask for referrals. An accountant can help with tax advice, tax preparation, payroll taxes, appropriate legal structure, and record-keeping systems, among other financial needs. This accountant may be able to recommend attorneys that specialize in small business unless you are a trained CPA. Don't cut corners by doing it yourself. Tax laws are complex. They always change. And a good accountant could save you some bucks. Don't forget about that. Okay. You're going to need a good attorney. For Mr. A. You need legal advice, depending upon your business and its potential for liability. If you're forming a corporation or LLC, you may need an attorney to make sure your interests are protected through many are doing their tasks on their own or the services of LegalZone or another such provider. Also, there may be leases or other contractors for which your attorney will be needed to advise you. And I'm going to tell you, as your attorney, you could call me, as your attorney, Terry Tyler. I advise you to do away with attorneys. I mean, if you can't, if you're in the dump like me, you ain't got enough fucking money to afford one of these people. And they're going to jerk you around, and they're going to fuck you around. But if you're lucky, and you're one of the a little bit richer, and have a little bit more family structure, skin in the game, bigger family, you can definitely benefit from an attorney. Because a good attorney will get shit done. But you'd better be prepared to pay out the pesos. I mean, if you've got, 20, 30 grand to shell out, that's okay. But if you don't, you don't. You understand? All right. Chapter V. You're going to need a good insurance professional. Look for an insurance person with experience in your business. You want to learn from their experience and from their expertise, not vice versa. This requirement may make this person a difficult one to find, but can pay big dividends. Getting several quotes and comparing coverage terms and limits carefully is also wise. I'm going to tell you something. I don't remember what movie it was. That guy was like, man, he was driving without insurance. He said, I don't believe in it. He didn't like insurance. He didn't like the idea of insurance. And when you really get right down to it, it's one of these things that if you've got money, you know, the world is your toilet. You know, the country is your toilet. But if you don't have money, you're just down in the toilet. You understand? Make any sense to you? If you can afford insurance and afford all that as a low-income entrepreneur, dude, go right at it, because they can just take it right out of your mind through the cell tower. They don't need you anyway. You know, you're just a bum. And, you know, you can forget about it. All right. So, step queer. Investors, partners, and bankers. Look for stakeholders whose motivations and needs you understand and who complement your business. You're going to have to go out there. I went out there to venture capital. I went out there to different types of groups. There's all sorts of them. When you go out there and you look at all these weird fucking places, they go out there, they want to suck your brain. They want to drain your brain. They drain your main vein. They want you to send them a fucking document. And they send a fucking document. And then they always send you back no. Because you gave them all your horse shit. And I said, man, what it all comes down to, this is my experience dealing with the investors and the partners and the bankers. Most of them, they don't want to give you a goddamn penny. Most of them, it's hard to find them. And then the other ones are con men. So, you may find a golden lion out there, or a unicorn in the forest. But I mean, that's going to be a lot of luck and skill to find that motherfucker. And, you know, you can't just be Joe Dirt. You understand? So, think about that. And your credit score, like I said, if you're a new car, it's just like a new car off the lot. If you're a young fuck watching me, if you're like fucking 15 or 16 or 17 or 18, I mean, for real, like, if you ain't got no charges and shit on your record, buddy, male or female, I mean, this is, you can come through this region, and I think you can really win in this economy. I wish I could win. They won't let me win. It's one of those type things where Tyler was a bad boy. Tyler lived a bad life. Tyler was tortured. You know, yada, yada, yada. But I'll help you, and I'll coach you through this. So, let's get back to business. Guideline G. Vendors and suppliers. Look for multiple sources, especially for critical supplies of inventory and other needed materials. Now, you're going to have to go find your stuff. And a lot of guys say when the shit hits the fan, you'll come to know the meaning of what it means to button up. Do you get where I'm getting at, sweetheart? I told you I'll try to do you right. And after 2020, I'll really do you right. I'm trying to get better. All right. Guideline H. Employees. Look for people who have high capacity, highly productive, good communication, speak your language, been successful, have money. You've got to be able to hold on to these things. You got to hold on. You got to recruit your people and train your team and motivate them and stimulate them safely and funly. Like, I don't dig these crews shooting people. The violence, to me, especially now in the Internet of Things, they're playing us like puppets, The way they done the Crips and the Bloods, it really bothers me. The CRIP and the below D. It really hurt me the way they fight these people together. And there's more about a torture center than it is about an education. But, somebody's got to earn some money. Anyway, number 3, do your research. You will want to research your capabilities and research on the resources you can establish to bolster your credibility. Demonstrate integrity and persuade and motivate others that you can do X for Y so they can Z. Thanks to Steve Wozner for introducing many to this phrase. Now, what a drag. My live stream doesn't work. My internet's being hacked. They're cutting me down. So that's another fucking thing. But Here's what this Mr. Wasna says. Never, ever start a business without determining if an adequate market exists for your product or service, and that there is a profit to be earned. Your idea may be the best thing since canned peas, but if there are not enough potential customers who will actually buy your product or service at a profitable margin, the venture cannot succeed. Market research will determine if such a market exists, who your competitors are, and that you can establish a competitive advantage. Your MSBDC counselor will help you learn to do this research and can provide some access to resources such as sbdc.net, MS Sales Tax, BizMiner, iBizWorld, US Census, Esri, Franchise, RMA, and other data sources. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this is an old school, super old school tip. Loose lips sink ships. You dig me? Loose lips sink ships. What are you going to do when this shit hits the fan? If the shit hits the fan, what the fuck are you going to do? It's like my great mentor, Dan Pena, showed me. You're all miserable cunts. You're useless, miserable, trampled on, pissed on, shit on cunts. And I just, I wish I could do them better, And I owe them better. And you could take that to the bank. I owe them better. I got that 28 years of service that I can give them the best damn show and the best rock and roll and the best motherfucking shit. But if they're not working with me, like I said, their time is ticking every day. They're fucking up. They're fucking themselves. They're fucking me now. Because I come up like this, and then now it's like that. So they're still stuck on, well, he'll always be that. We programmed him from that point to be a fuck up. He was born to die in the gutter. We want him to die in the gutter. He's trying to make money. Well, he's bumping up against the glass. That's common stock. Put him down, put him down, put him down. That is what you will encounter when you go out there in the world of business, if you're not already plugged in or, that's how it goes on the streets out here. Anyway. All right. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to save number 4 for later. We're going to break through these 18 steps. And if you like this video, I want you to subscribe and be a good guy and be a good person and be a good woman. Be good people. You know what I'm saying?